Joaquin Phoenix is the executive producer? Really?
The World Health Organization classifies processed meat as a Group 1 carcinogen, the same group as cigarettes, asbestos, and plutonium.
Plutonium is totally vegan, just in case you're wondering.
But even more shocking, on their Eat Healthy page, they actually encouraged eating Group 1 carcinogenic foods like processed turkey and canned meats. This is after the World Health Organization reviewed over 800 studies definitively linking processed meat to cancer.
I mean, what exactly are you documenting in this documentary? Like the fact that you're an idiot for most of your life and are just now realizing that life causes cancer? Like, wow, like maybe this shit in the supermarket that's highly processed is bad for you? That's news? Like this guy got funding to make this documentary?
Was this like I had essentially been smoking my entire childhood?
Okay, how many people haven't given their kids a cigar and a hot dog bun as a gag? I mean, come on, you know? And then they're like, oh my God, it burns. I'm like, I got you, kid.
Hi, I was calling because I was wondering why you all recommend people to eat processed meat on your website, which the World Health Organization has classified as a Group 1 carcinogen.
At this point, the phone goes, para español, oprime el número 3. He's like talking to a phone tree.
What time are we in this documentary? How are we supposed to make it through another hour and a half?
Dude, there's an hour and 27 minutes left to go in this shit.
Like a lung association having a how to roll your own cigarette section on their website. It's kind of the same thing.
But let me just place you on a brief hold because
He wasn't able to answer my questions and said someone would get back with me.
That's because he's in India at a call center.
I wondered if things would have been different had they known the link between diet and this terrible disease.
No, it wouldn't have been different because they still would have eaten shit. That's what people do. You tell people cigarettes cause cancer, they continue to smoke. Okay, never wear those pants in public. That's a Group 1 carcinogen, wearing those pants.
So I went into my phone and it turns out last night, after I told her that the interview is going to be about the correlation between diet and cancer, she said she could no longer do the interview.
She probably Googled you and was like, this guy's a dipshit hippie. I don't want to fucking have anything to do with him.
I took my old trusty van, Super Blue, once again out on the road.
Oh my God, dude. He's Shaggy, and that's his mystery machine. Except it's a pseudoscience mystery machine.
And sugary foods as a cause of diabetes. But I wanted to talk with an actual expert on the role of diet and diabetes. What role does sugar...
Okay, hold on. How is it that Dr. Neil Barnard gets the title Premier Researcher and Diabetes Expert? Like, what do you need to do to have that?
Diabetes is not and never was caused by eating a high carbohydrate diet, and it's not caused by eating sugar. The cause of diabetes is a diet that builds up the amount of fat into the blood. I'm talking about a typical meat-based, animal-based diet into the muscle cells of the human body, and you find that they're building up tiny particles of fat that's causing insulin resistance. What that means is the sugar that is naturally from the foods that you're eating can't get into the cells where it belongs. It builds up in the blood, and that's diabetes.
Did he just say that fat in the blood is what causes diabetes? The reason that fat builds up in those tissues is because of a high carbohydrate, high triglyceride generating diet. Ace?
Carbs cannot make you fat in and of themselves.
Carbs cannot make you fat in and of themselves, dude. Tell that to homie drinking the syrupy soda with the sugar in it. One size doesn't fit all. These guys are making statements that immediately discredit them because they're saying this is true for everyone. It's not. Everybody's genetics are different.
When we eat carbs, we either store it or we burn it. Now, eat fat, that goes straight to your fat. Your body can't turn those carbs into fat unless you're really overdoing the calories. Obesity, it's a death sentence.
Did this guy actually take a physiology class? Like, are you kidding me? Wait, carbs can't be turned into fat? Like, fat goes right into fat? No. Fat can be absolutely metabolized into ketone bodies and used for fuel, especially in the setting of a low carbohydrate diet. That isn't for everybody, but this guy is painting everybody with one brush. And you know what? It sells documentaries, but it doesn't make any medical sense. It's interesting. This isn't very funny at all. I'm like getting angry about this.
When you eat sugar, you're not getting plaques forming in your vessels. When you're eating sugar, your body's gonna store most of it as glycogen.
This guy doesn't understand basic carbohydrate physiology, and he runs a, quote, weight loss center. So he's making money selling people the contrary view, which isn't a one-size-fits-all view. When you overload your body with carbohydrates, the liver turns it into fat and triglycerides, and it's stored as fat. This is a simple physiologic fact. So he should, look, the problem with this documentary already is that it's going to mislead people into thinking there's one answer, right? And it is not one answer. This is a complex issue. That's why nutrition is so difficult to study and to recommend, because there's no one size fits all.
About the claims these doctors are making, so I did some searching on my own.
This idiot goes on Google and goes, Google, processed meat and diabetes. Hey, look! Confirmation bias. He's already decided, I'm going to sell a documentary, I'm going to sell books, I'm going to sell tapes, I'm going to do seminars, I'm going to become a luminary in the space promoting a non-meat diet to cure diabetes. Now he's going to find any bit of data, he's going to spin it to support his bias. By the way, what's on this guy's nipple? His right nipple is wet. He is lactating, which is a sign of a poor diet.
Is chicken better?
It's a question of whether you want to be shot or hung.
Would eliminate from the American diet would be poultry, would be turkey and chicken. A brilliant advertising campaign.
We sent researchers into fast food and family restaurants. Not only were there carcinogens in every single restaurant, but we found them in every single chicken sample that we took.
Horrible.
Source in America of cholesterol is chicken because of the volume of chicken. You know, chicken's become grilled chicken and organic chicken. It's machismo, but it has nearly as much cholesterol per gram as red beef.
Dietary cholesterol is not associated with coronary artery disease, period.
But then I found a study suggesting that eating just one egg a day can be as bad as smoking 5 cigarettes per day for life expectancy.
I found a study that shows XXX. Be very skeptical when people misinterpret data and results to support something they intuitively think or are trying to sell you.
Carcinogens, processing chemicals, this is all a lot more complicated than...
Oh, Michelle, you used the T word, toxins.
You know, even if you've been dealt a bad genetic deck, you can still reshuffle it with diet.
This is true. I agree with him. The question is, what diet? Nobody knows the answer yet for an individual. We're going to get there. But fear-mongering is not the way to do this.
A bunch of recipes on, a whole section on beef recipes, and there's also a section on egg recipes when there's such a strong link between beef, red meat, and heart disease.
I honestly don't know because I don't do that, I guess. That's not what I do.
Another organization rep that wasn't able to answer my questions. But he said that
It's like you're calling the guy who answers the phones for the American Heart Association. He's not a scientist.
It would be like calling like any random McDonald's and be like, "What were your profits in Q2 last
exactly.
year?"
You tell me about your sustainable farming practices, McDonald's rep guy on the phone who cooks the fries.
Women are told, oh, certain types of fish should be avoided. But what about all these other animal products which are introducing, imagine as the fetus is developing, introducing these very harmful toxins.
Oh my God, like there are toxins in the meat and they're gonna get in my booby milk and the baby's gonna get toxified and then we'll never be able to have a reality show or a New York Times bestseller because I'm a certified nutritionist, whatever that means.
Our government is encouraging Americans of color to eat foods that it knows is going to make them ill. Ultimately, what that boils down to is the government is telling me as an African American to eat food that's going to make me ill for no health benefit so that it will benefit dairy farmers. That's a form of institutionalized racism.
Oh my God. What? What?
So milk is a form of institutionalized racism. Do you see now why nutrition is so charged emotionally, why people can't even talk about it without punching each other, why when this documentary filmmaker calls up the American Cancer Society and says, I want to talk about nutrition, they go, next, because they're used to people who are crazy, who are behaving in an insane emotional way around this, right? Yeah, the FDA and the government give stupid nutrition recommendations. I'm the first to say that, because they're saying eat a hell of a bunch of carbs. Like, you need a balanced diet based on your genetics. There's no one size fits all, and we need to study nutrition better and more extensively and stop misinterpreting the studies. Yeah, milk is racist because it's white. Okay, this is just the same shit. Skip ahead.
Serving chicken at a diabetes event is like serving alcohol at an AA meeting. It just doesn't make sense.
Yeah, dude, you heard it here from Steve-O, dude.
Steve-O Is that really Steve-O? Wait,
Fucking
let's back
Steve-O.
up.
That's Steve-O. Yeah, dude.
It is Steve-O,
Yeah, dude. Cancer. Dude.
comedian, film, and TV host of Jackass, is giving us dietary advice on how we can cause diabetes by eating chicken.
Never thought that I could feel this good.
Look at the tone shift. You skip ahead and all of a sudden it's like, here we are, we're vegans, we are living large, everybody lives forever, and I'm ripped.
I just want everybody to feel this way. I feel like a 20-year-old. I'm almost 50.
I'm also high as fuck right now. That was the stupidest fucking thing I've ever seen. Tom, don't ever make me watch that kind of shit again. It was so, I feel like I've lost fucking brain cells. Really? Oh my God, I'm a holistic nutritionist.
Dude. Just watch it